Hi, guys, and welcome back to Transforming Relationships Through A Course in Miracles with Doc Quins.
The beautiful Anna, Greg,
hmm
and natural beauty, Holy
Mm,
Spirit.
the most natural of all.
Baby, you're looking very sparkly
Why,
today.
thank you. Thank you. Is my inner radiance shining through
I
today?
think A Course in Miracles is just sparkling out of you.
Telling you, they don't call it A Course in Miracles for nothing.
That's true.
Well, welcome back, guys. Thanks for being here. And you didn't see us last week. Greg was playing poker tournament poker in Las Vegas, having a grand old time. And now we're back to talk Course in Miracles with you. Yeah, apply the Course in Miracles to our relationship and hopefully help you to do the same. And when it comes to relationships, they don't call this a Course in Miracles for nothing.
That's right.
So
And
there's,
everything.
yes, the Course in Miracles in my book is the ultimate relationship manual.
And we think of relationships. Anna and I always talk about for this class that we take the principles of A Course in Miracles and we apply them to our relationship. And we've had so many people over now the years of doing this that say, well, I'm not in a relationship.
Oh, yeah?
So your class, when I get in a relationship, then I'll come and watch your class. But you're in a relationship with your neighbor, with the people at work, with your job. You're in a relationship with your bank,
your family,
your dog, your kids, your cousins.
That's right.
And a lot of these relationships, we don't even know we're in what kind of relationship we're in with them. And today, the course is going to talk to us about waking up to how we've been using that relationship. And because of how we've been using it, that's the results we get in
That's
our
right.
life experience.
That's right. And in your relationships, have you been experiencing only a love, peace, and joy that only expands and increases? Well, if not, then it's because of, like what Greg said, the way that we're using our relationships is the opposite of love, peace, and joy. This section is going to be talking about the ways we've been using relationships that does not foster love. And
We think it does.
we think that's the way to have love, but the truth is that what we're seeking our relationships for and the way that we're using them it actually brings us the opposite of love, which is hate. So and we think that it's natural to love and hate together. We think love and hate, love and fear go together. And so then in our search for love, we wonder why it is that we actually find so much fear and hate, thinking, oh, I finally found love. I finally found someone to experience love with. And then why am I experiencing so much fear and hate? So this section is going to explain that. And it's going to talk about how to experience that love that makes us feel, excuse me, that makes us feel complete. We're going to hear about how to truly experience that love that we all seek, that we all desire, and that we all deserve, but that we haven't found going about it in our own way.
Right.
We've all been like, oh, if I could just get this kind of relationship with this kind of person, then I will experience love and I will feel complete. But then we think we found it, and then we don't experience completion. We experience more fear, more hate than we did before that relationship. So this section is going to tell us how that dynamic comes to be, and how to experience, where to look for love, how to look for love in such a way that you actually experience that kind of love that makes you feel complete.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
All the time.
Right.
Wouldn't it be nice that I can still have love when I'm in Las Vegas and I'm not with Anna?
Yeah. Imagine that.
That my, contingency belt has
Mhm.
is now broken if it's not contingent on Anna being right there with me
Mhm.
to feel and experience love.
Right.
That's such a powerful thing to be freed from the world needing to be the one giving me something that we're going to learn today that I can have and I can keep, I
Mhm.
can possess. I I don't have to go and earn it.
Don't have to worry about losing it.
I don't have to make it happen. I
Mhm.
don't have to have this right situation transpire
Don't have to worry
for me
about.
to have peace or joy,
Yeah. Mhm.
happiness,
Mhm.
love.
Mhm. Yes.
And we're thinking, well, that seems a little unrealistic. You
Right.
think you're going to get all those things.
Right. So the title that I've put on this class today is abandoning our illusions of love. Okay. And then the edited title in the blue book is the illusion and the reality of love. So what we're going to hear about in this section is about our illusions of love, like, oh, this is what love is, and when I just get this, then I'll have love and I'll feel complete. Okay. uh, and then we wonder why when we get that form of love, then we still don't feel complete, and we feel more anger and more fear than we did before. And so we're going to hear about what is an illusion of love, which means a form of love that does not satisfy. And we're going to hear about the reality of love. So we have been experiencing and seeking illusions of love, things that look like love but aren't really love. Because once we get them, we don't feel more love. We have to feel less love. And we're going to hear about what is the reality of love. Okay. And if you have ever had the experience of being abandoned by love, hurt by love, um, ever felt hated by love, if you then all you experienced was the illusion of love. You didn't experience the reality of love. The reality of love is something that you could never abandon you. The reality of love is something that always satisfies you and always completes you. So that's what we're going to hear about. The illusion of love that we thought was love, that we felt so hurt and abandoned and rejected by. And then we're going to hear about what love actually is and where you can actually find it. Okay. So it's not like there's a lack of love in the universe. Like, oh, there's love for everybody else, but not for me. There's not a lack of love in the universe. The only way that you could possibly not be experiencing love is that you are looking in the wrong place for it. And you're looking for it in a form that you can never experience it in. Okay. Love is your reality. It's not a thing that you get from somebody else from outside of you. Okay, so here we go. So let's,
Chapter 16
that's right. Let me put that
and
on.
section 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the same in the blue book, but that's the
It's the
purple.
it's the same section number, but the title is different.
Oh, okay.
So in the blue book, the title is The Illusion and the Reality of Love. In the original edition, the title is Abandoning the Illusion of Love. Okay. What do we want to do? We want to abandon our lies about love,
We want
our
to
lies.
abandon what doesn't work.
Yes, what doesn't bring us love.
We think it works.
Right.
We've been taught it works,
Mm-hmm.
but we're going to learn a new way.
That's right. Exactly. So here it goes. Abandoning the illusion of love, the illusion and the reality of love. Don't be afraid to look upon the special hate relationship, or we could say, don't be afraid to look upon the illusion of love. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. The illusion of love that we all learned was love that ain't love. Okay, so don't be afraid to look upon the special hate relationship, which is the illusion of love. And the reason it's saying we shouldn't be afraid to look on it is because our freedom from the illusion of love lies in looking at the illusion of love. So real love comes from looking upon the illusion of love. So if I look at the illusion of love and go, that's gosh, that this is what I thought love was. That's how you will come to experience freedom from that illusion of love that didn't produce more love. It only made for more hate and more fear. So don't be afraid to look at the illusions of love, the special hate relationship, because your freedom from hate and fear lies in looking at the illusions of love that you had believed in. And that's because it would be impossible not to know the meaning of love except for looking at the illusion of love. So if I'm just don't be scared, don't be too afraid to look at the illusions of love that I believed in, then the real meaning of love I could come to know.
And in effect, we're being told right away, don't be afraid to look at the way you've been doing it.
Exactly. That hasn't worked.
And we're like, well, what's wrong with the way I've been doing it? Well, are you in a relationship with your job, with your mate, with your children, with your neighbors that
is making peaceful, you feel more love,
that is happy, that is making you feel inspired and loved? Or are you having challenges in those areas of your life
and experiencing more fear, more hate, more guilt?
And so don't be afraid to look at the old paradigm. A lot of us have heard to be saved, salvation is to be born again. Well, to be born again is a symbolic way of saying, let's look at the old structure, that life that you had, and let's get rid of that and let's start all over again.
Right.
But you can't do it until you look at the old one,
the old way of doing it,
to see how you were doing it before and what wasn't working before. Because if you don't, we'll just pick up those bad habits all over again because we never looked at it.
Right.
We never analyzed it to say, hey, that's why my relationship hasn't been working, because I was doing it through what the Course calls the special hate relationship. And it's going to explain beautifully today what a special hate relationship is.
Okay. Exactly. So, in this case, the special relationship, the special love relationship, the special hate relationship, those are three synonyms for the kind of relationship where the real meaning of love is hidden. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about, the illusion of love. And the names are special relationship, special love relationship, special hate relationship, aka the illusion of love relationship. Okay. So if you're experiencing a relationship where you're not experiencing only love and only a love that increases, that means you're experiencing the illusion of love. So it's like, oh, we have a loving relationship. So it has the supposed form of love, as you call it, but it's not fostering real love. It's fostering fear and hate, which the Course says is the opposite of love.
That's why it's called an illusion. It has the appearance
exactly
of love.
Exactly.
But it's tricking you.
But it's not love.
It's fooling us.
Exactly.
It's like we've been taught, oh, if I have a relationship like this, I'll have love. I will get.
Yes.
I'll get.
Yes, I'll get some
love. Some love. I'll have some love finally.
That I don't have already before.
Yeah.
So thank you. And the illusion of love is where I don't have the love within me. I'm loveless. I don't have the love. And now I need to go look outside myself, seek outside myself for somebody to bring me and give me the love that I don't already have, that I am not already myself. That's an illusion of love. The illusion of love is like, look, I found somebody to love or
Mhm.
to bring love into my life.
Right.
That's an illusion of love.
Like we're all on an Easter egg hunt for love.
Yes.
Did you find any love to put in your basket yet? No,
Mm.
I've been looking under this
Mhm.
bush and
Mhm.
behind this door and under these
Mhm.
steps, and
Mhm.
I'm looking everywhere, but
Mm.
I know I'm gonna get some. I
Mhm.
know I'm gonna find some.
Yep. And then, boy, when you think you found some love outside of yourself, boy, are you excited. And then when we're like, "Ooh, I got some love that I'm gonna get from this person," and then you're like, "Ooh, now I have love." And then when you realize that that wasn't really love, because love doesn't come from outside yourself, boy, do you feel disillusioned.
Right.
And that's when you say, "I'm so disillusioned. I thought it was love, but it wasn't. I'm so disillusioned. Love disappointed me." And then you think that what you think is that love disappointed you.
Love cheated on me.
Love abandoned me. Love deceived me. Love betrayed me. No, no, it didn't. You were deceived in believing that what you found outside yourself and were trying to possess was love. And you were deceived thinking that you could be satisfied and fulfilled and completed by some form of love that you found from outside yourself.
We have to. Can you hand me a tissue over there?
Yes.
We have to constantly try to remember that it was said a long time ago, let us make man and woman in our own likeness and image. To make is a process, and we're being constantly made into this process, which is happening through our awareness of, oh, I I think that I have to go out there and get me some love,
Mhm.
get me some happiness, get me some peace. I
Mhm.
have to get all these things that supposedly God
Mhm.
promised me,
Yeah.
but He must have promised it to me. Uh, but I have to go out and find it. And I'm
Yes.
always praying to God to remind God,
Mhm.
hey, would
I
you
still
help me
need
out?
some of that love.
Would you help me out with this peace, with
Mhm.
this joy, with this happiness? I'm trying to get it. Would you make all these parts move the way I want them to move so that I can acquire what I need?
Mhm.
And imagine my point about being made into God's image. Could you imagine God needing anything? Could you
Mm.
imagine God needing Greg
Mhm.
to have love,
Mhm.
or needing a, a particular situation to work out the way God wants it to in order for God to be at peace?
Or complete.
It's like, wow, if that wouldn't have happened like that, I would have been not at peace.
Mhm.
Good thing it worked out for me.
Mhm.
God doesn't act like that. God is not at the mercy of anything outside of God's own being to be at peace,
To be complete.
to be happy, to be joyful. God God's joy isn't contingent. It's not a
Mhm.
contingent joy
Mhm.
upon Greg acting or behaving a certain way. God's just naturally joyful.
Mhm.
Isn't that just wonderful? To be godlike is to already have those attributes.
Mhm.
And
Built
that's
in.
and we're being made into the image of God. We're not there yet. We're in the making process.
Mhm.
And in that making process, we're having to abandon what isn't godlike. And
Mhm.
what isn't godlike is to be needy.
Mhm.
And we're thinking, well, that's unrealistic because I have to be needy. I have
Mhm.
lots of needs.
Mhm.
And the Course in Miracles is teaching us the reality is you don't. You don't have needs.
Mhm.
You don't have a contingent peace, a peace that depends on things working out in the world the way you think they need to work out in order for you to have peace. And once we come to that realization, and better yet, Anna and I were just talking about before class, we are experiencing a lot of the results of A Course in Miracles,
Mhm.
but it would make sense because we've been doing it and doing it together for so long.
Mhm.
But that's not bragging on us, that's bragging on the Course works. Is it's such a much more wonderful life when I can just have peace. I don't have to go out and find it like an Easter egg hidden under a bush. It's all painted and it looks beautiful outside of myself. Oh, look, I finally found an Easter egg.
Mhm.
And then I open it up and bite into it and find out that it was rotten.
Mhm.
And what I thought was going to bring me peace deceived me. And it wasn't my peace. And now
Mhm.
what am I doing? I'm off looking for another Easter egg. I'm hunting
Mhm.
again.
Called love.
Hunting, hunting, hunting.
Mhm.
And the Course is slowly teaching us, making us into the image of God, our Maker. You don't need to do that. You don't need
You don't
to
need to seek for love.
to seek for it.
Yeah.
And we're going to
You don't need
learn.
to seek for it outside yourself.
Yes, and we're learning how that happens.
That's right. Exactly. And so, in the special, in the unreal love relationship, what's the unreal love relationship? It's a relationship in which the meaning of love is lost. So the special relationship, the unreal love relationship, is undertaken solely to offset the hate, but not to let the hate go. So remember, it calls the unreal love relationship the special love relationship, the special hate relationship. Um, so the special love relationship in which the meaning of love is lost is undertaken to offset our hate, our self hate, but not to let our self hate go. But our happiness, our sense of completion will rise clearly before our open eyes as we look on the fake love relationship, the unreal relationship, the special relationship in which the meaning of love has been lost. So as I look upon the unreal love relationship where I've lost the real meaning of love, which is that's me, I am love. I don't need to seek for love. That the real love will rise before my open eyes. You cannot limit hate. And the special, unreal love relationship will not offset your self hate, but will merely drive your self hate underground, which means out of sight. Okay. So the unreal love relationship is where I feel self hate for myself. I don't feel love within myself. I don't love myself. I actually hate myself. And so now I'm looking for a special love relationship outside myself that will offset the hate I feel within myself. You
Yeah.
know, I don't feel awesome within my own self. I feel lacking. I feel limited. I don't feel lovable within. I'm not feeling loving within myself.
Maybe it'll be my boss at work gives me appreciation
Yep.
for what I do.
Mhm.
And so now I've been able to seemingly
Mhm.
fill that gap
Yes, that
where I don't appreciate who I am.
I don't love
I don't
myself.
love myself. We all think we do. And
We all
that's
say we
the
do.
Course is saying that we're suppressing
Yes.
this, that
Self-hate.
self hate because
Mhm.
we think that we ticked God off. We've offended God, so now we're mad at ourselves.
And we've learned we're not good enough.
Right.
We learned there's something wrong with us. We've learned that we weren't lovable.
Yeah, we've
You
learned
know?
that we all deserve punishment. We all deserve a place called hell, perhaps.
Yes.
That we're inherently evil,
Mm-hmm.
and or some of us believe that we're not, but the rest of the world is.
Right.
And so there's a self-hatred about us that we're unaware of, and that's what the first part of this section, I believe, is trying to wake us up from. Is you can't be healed of alcoholism if you don't realize that you're an alcoholic. You can't be healed of hating yourself if you don't realize that you hate yourself. And most every prior alcoholic recovery doesn't realize they're an alcoholic. And every one of us, before we're healed, before we're saved, we don't realize that we have a self-hate issue.
That's right.
We think, no, I don't hate myself. I want the best for me. I want to win the lottery. I want to live in a big mansion. I want to be in a beautiful relationship with somebody. I want the dream life. No, the reality is you don't.
Right.
But you're not aware that you don't.
Exactly. It's been suppressed and repressed. We think that we hate everyone and everything outside of us. Like, oh, if that were different, I'd be happy. Oh, if they were different, I'd be happy. Oh, do you see what they're doing? If they weren't acting like that, I'd be happy. But the truth is that this is what Course in Miracles teaches, that if you're not happy, if you're not feeling complete within yourself right now, it's because you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. But we think, no, it's just everyone else that I don't like.
Right.
They're the reason why I'm not happy. Right. And so, but then the illusionary relationship, the illusion of love is like this. I don't love myself because I don't feel complete and happy within myself. But if I found somebody or something outside myself and I was able to possess them and have them, then I would feel loving and lovable. I would be happy and I would have love and I would experience love. That's an illusion of love, right? Thinking that, that I don't have love within myself, but I can get it from without. And then that will make me feel lovable. That will bring me love. That will make me feel complete. Right.
And you just described the special hate relationship.
That's what it is. That's what it is. The special hate relationship is where I hate myself, but I'm looking for the self-love outside of myself. That person will bring love to me and make me lovable and loving. Okay. So I think that if I could just find that relationship from out there, that will offset the self-hate that I feel, and it will drive my self-hate underground, and all I'll be experiencing is love.
Right.
That's the illusion of love that I have been seeking in the past.
Yeah. I'm not getting it from within myself.
Right.
The kingdom is within. I'm getting it from without myself.
Exactly.
Through you.
That's right.
Or through my job, or through a drug,
right,
or through a million things.
Power, fame, money, physical
Anything
pleasure.
outside of myself.
Power, fame, money, physical pleasure. Anything outside myself. Right. And because I don't feel the love and the happiness within myself, now I'm needy, now I'm needing someone or something from outside of myself to give me that love, that joy, that sense of completion.
This might be a horrible, stupid example.
Well, okay,
so
we'll see. We'll see.
But as Anna said, I just got back from a poker trip. And I went out to Vegas with 4 or 5 other buddies that play locally here with me. They're all really in my opinion, top poker players in the field of the game. And we all got rooms at a place in Vegas, paid for airplane flights out there, did all that stuff, was gone for a week. And I won, but I lost more than I won. And I was looking for my accomplishment outside of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to leave Denver to
Mm-hmm.
go get it. And then I came back, and yesterday was my first full day back. And after being gone for a week looking for winning in all the wrong places, I went and played poker here locally and won about 80% back of what I lost leaving going to Vegas. What I needed was here all along.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just stayed home and played and achieved what I was looking for. But I thought I had to leave town. I had to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a silly example, but it is how we do life. Is I could have just been happy, but I thought I needed to leave myself and go get Anna
Mm-hmm.
in order to be happy or in order to experience love. And the truth is, I never had to leave anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, God never had to go anywhere to have love. God is love.
Mm-hmm.
God didn't need to go hook up with Greg to have love. God already has love.
Mm-hmm.
God's not lacking of love. God's not uh, running a deficit on love this month
Mm-hmm.
and now needs to go outside of God's self and get some love, get some peace, get some joy. People think that we've been taught that God created mankind and then mankind screwed up and now God's angry and not happy. Imagine how smart God would be if that's really true. That I'm God, I'm already happy, I'm already joyful,
I'm complete.
I'm already full of love. I am love. And then I made something that now if it doesn't behave correctly, it takes my happiness away. It takes my peace away. It takes my joy away. In other words, it makes me lacking, where before I was whole. Well, that would be a pretty crazy creator that would make something that would now make its own joy contingent on its creation. No creator of a reasonable, sound mind would do that. No creator would make something and now make its joy, its happiness, its love contingent on that.
Right.
Well, now that we've gotten married, my joy and love is contingent on you.
Right.
Cleaning the dishes, behaving properly,
Uh-oh.
speaking to me the way I want you to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I do. I know the drill. Let me
You
get
know
my
the
list
drill.
out.
But isn't it, for me, it's refreshing to know, even if I don't know how to do it yet, it's refreshing to know, wow, what great power that I could be joyful, happy, content without anything else outside of me. That frees me up, and it frees Anna up, and it frees everything else up outside of me.
Exactly. Yeah. Now our essential internal completion can rise into our awareness. You know, now we're free because now we're not bound to have to go find and seek for and look for our completion and our happiness and our abundance. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the Course in Miracles definition of heaven, a state of completion and abundance. So when I know that when I experience my own completion, my own happiness, my own abundance from within myself, I'm experiencing heaven. That's what heaven is. Hell is when I feel incomplete within. I experience hate within myself. And now I feel like I have to go out and find that which completes me, that which makes me happy. I have to go out and find my abundance. Got to go find it. Got to go get it. That's what the course would say was hell. Hell is. I don't have it now. I got to go find it.
While you keep
Okay.
reading,
All right.
I'm
Okay.
gonna see what our doggy's barking
Okay. Okay. Then so it says the external relationship that you're seeking outside of yourself will not offset your self-hate. All it will do is drive your self-hate underground, which means
at.
out
What are
of
you out here
sight.
barking at?
And so, and that's why very very often we've all had this
What are you
experience
barking at?
where
What
we
are
are
you
not
barking at?
loving ourselves, feeling complete and
What are
fulfilled
you
within
barking
ourselves. We think,
Huh?
oh, if only
What
I
are you
had a
barking?
relationship, I would feel fulfilled and complete. Then we go seek it, and we find we find a relationship, we start that relationship, and then the next thing you know, not only do we not feel fulfilled and complete and happy and whole, but we feel more lacking,
Yes,
more
Diana?
angry, more hatred. Now we just feel the hatred toward them, telling ourselves, oh, the reason I'm not happy now is because that person betrayed me. That person disappointed me. You know, not, we don't say, oh, my whole premise for finding completion and abundance outside myself was a bad premise. We say that person
Yeah.
failed me. They are the reason. They weren't the right person, or they deceived me, or they failed me. That's why, even though I sought and found that relationship from outside of me to fulfill me, I'm still not fulfilled.
Right.
Okay. So then it says, that's why it is essential to bring your own self hatred, your own belief that the love is not in you and you. It is essential to bring your own self hate into your sight, into your awareness, which means make no attempt to hide it. Okay. That's what we're being told to do, so that our own essential completion and abundance that's internal can come to our awareness. It's essential. If we want to experience real completion and abundance, it's essential to bring to awareness that perception that I don't have the love in me already, that I'm not the love already, that I need something beyond my body in order to experience the completion, the love, and the abundance. Okay. To say I hate myself is to say I feel like I need to go look somewhere else to experience my own completion, love, and abundance. That's what self-hate means. It means I don't have the love. I'm not the love. Okay. I'm empty on the inside. To say I hate myself is to say I feel empty on the inside. I don't feel like I have enough. I don't feel like I am enough. And I need to go supplement myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go supplement. I need to go find something to add to my value, to add to my worth, to make me worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means to hate yourself.
And it's really saying that God didn't complete the job
That's right. That
in-
God didn't make me whole.
in my making.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because God made me, but He goes, okay.
But He made me missing something.
Now you'll be happy if you get the right mate, if you
Right.
have the right marriage, if you end up with the right kids that
Yeah.
that don't get in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
And you can be joyful if you live in the right neighborhood, drive the
Mm-hmm.
right car,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel appreciated if you're at the right job.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that would be if God, the creator, if that was the best God could create, that would be pretty pitiful.
Yeah.
Is I'm going to make you in my image, and you're going to be very needy
And
you
incomplete.
can have happiness, but you have to get it. outside of yourself.
Right.
Basically, created us to be getting, lacking,
Mhm.
needy
Mhm.
entities.
Yeah, right.
Whereas and that's the lie.
Mhm.
That's the lie we've all been sold into
Yep.
believing is, and it's hard to believe that we don't need those things.
Mhm.
Well, how am I going to be happy unless I have a beautiful relationship with a
Mhm.
woman that loves me and I love her? How am I going to
Mhm.
experience love? How am I going to
Mhm.
experience joy
Mhm.
without that?
Right.
And we're also talking before class about that is once you cut the cord of
Mhm.
the umbilical cord of the lie,
Yep.
the old birthing system,
Mhm.
and you born into the new birthing system of I don't need that. I don't quite get it yet how this new world works,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I'm willing to look at it. I'm willing to look at it, the special hate relationship,
Mhm.
and get freed up from being such a needy individual. And then what happens is what we're talking about before classes, the relationship does show up.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, this love is flowing through this, seemingly through this other person. But it's happening because there's no barriers to it. The barriers
Mhm.
were thinking I had to have that
Mhm.
outside of me.
Mhm.
Once I remove that barrier, now it can flow
Mhm.
through that way.
Right.
Real love can flow through my relationship with Anna
Mhm.
because I haven't put the barrier up requiring it to come outside of me.
Right.
But once I let go of that requirement, then
Mhm.
it does flow out from without and from within all
Mhm.
around. That's why they say God is omnipresent everywhere. Is
Mhm.
everywhere God goes, God is experiencing love because God is not a contingent God needing things to happen a certain way, a right way, contrary to the way we've been taught.
Mhm.
If you act a certain way, God's gonna lose some of his happiness. He's gonna
Mhm.
be angry. He's gonna be
Mhm.
mad.
Mhm.
Gonna be upset. And I can even hear some people as they're listening to this right now go, but that is true. Yeah, for the old paradigm of believing
Mhm.
that is definitely a true rule
Mhm.
that they live by is that God gets ticked off. God is very
Mhm.
emotional. God's
That's very needy.
yeah, God needs you to be a certain way for God to be happy.
God needs you to
And
obey.
that's the reason God is so mad is because you're not being that way,
Mhm.
the way that you need to
Right.
be.
Right. That's the illusions that we have about love now are also the illusions that we've projected onto God. You
Mhm.
know, that our belief that love demands sacrifice, that love is needy, that love can be lost, that love demands sacrifice. Those are all things, those are all illusions and lies we projected onto God also. So
Mhm.
all the things that we learned that God needs from us, those are all the things that we now think that we need to get and do for
Yeah.
love.
And that makes sense, wouldn't it? That if we really do believe because we've been taught that's how God is, if God needs us to behave a certain way to be happy,
Mhm.
then wouldn't it
Mhm.
make sense that we behave like God? If that's the
Mhm.
way God does it, then
Yep.
we should be that way. And so I expect you to behave a certain way
Mhm.
in order for me to be happy.
Mhm.
And if you don't, then I'm not happy and I've lost my sovereignty of happiness.
Mhm. Now I can't experience
Now I
love.
can't be a sovereign, happy being
Right.
because you
Mhm.
have come into my experience and inflicted war on my peace.
Right. And that's why saying so it is essential to bring your own self-hatred, which means your own rejection of your own essential love into your sight. So, that's what That's what it's essential to look at your own self-hatred, your own lack of self-love into your sight, if you want to experience real love.
I could see doing it literally with a piece of paper at a dining room table. Just write down
Mm-hmm.
uh, my my job. What is it that I think I'm getting
Mm,
from my job? And then you recognize, oh, I think I'm getting that without my job, I don't have security.
mm-hmm.
And what do I think I'm getting out of my relationship
Mm-hmm.
with with my wife, with my husband,
Mm-hmm.
or my children, whatever? And we could start seeing, oh, I think that without Anna,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have love.
Right. I would think I wouldn't have love. Without my job, I don't think I would have uh worth or value,
Yeah.
without,
Without poker,
you
I
know,
wouldn't have fun.
right. And so, really what you're looking at there is your own self-hatred,
Right.
you know. So he says it is essential if you really want to experience real love that does complete you, then first you have to look at your own self-hatred, which is your belief that without these things outside of you, you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're incomplete. You got to look at that, right? You got to look at the part of me that feels like if I don't have that relationship, then I'm not complete, I'm not whole, okay, I'm empty. Okay, we got to look at that because it's the attempt to balance that hate with love that makes love meaningless to us. And the extent of the split that lies in this, you do not realize. And until you do, the split will remain unrecognized, which means unhealed. So the Course in Miracles is telling us that what we have done is we have associated love with hate.
Mm-hmm.
And we think that hate comes with love. Why? Because our definition of love is wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you believe that love comes from outside yourself in a relationship, so to speak, then you are going to associate hate with love because when you look for love outside yourself, what you're going to end up experiencing is a lot of grievances. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I need you to experience completion and love. Okay, well then what happens when that person doesn't act right? What happens when that person doesn't give you the love in the way that you think they should? What are you going to experience? You're going to experience hate, but you're going to call that love. And so if you're looking for love outside yourself, you're only going to feel disappointed and betrayed by that so-called love
Mm-hmm.
because you can't get love from outside yourself. So if you're looking for love outside yourself, if you're looking to that person to give you that love, then you're only going to feel disappointed and betrayed because nobody can give you that sense of completion and abundance, that sense of love within. Nobody can do that.
It's a trick.
It's a trick. And so if you're looking for that love and completion outside yourself, all you're going to end up feeling is betrayed, abandoned, deceived, and you're going to feel a lot of grievance. You're going to feel a lot of hate because you're going to be like, okay, give me that love. Okay, give me that love, but they can't. Nobody and nothing outside of you can make you feel loved
And
or love.
the trick is is that at first it will have the appearance that whatever outside of you is completing you, like in the movie
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire, where uh, they scream out at the other, "You complete me!"
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
you better run from that person
Exactly.
because they're saying, "Without you, I'm not complete."
So right.
So
So means if you do something I don't like, I'm going to attack you.
yeah,
I'm going to project my self-hatred on you.
yeah, because you're taking away what I
Yeah.
finally was seeking to find and got.
Right.
And what happens when somebody tries to take something away that you finally got?
You're going to attack them.
There's going to be a fight.
Right. So that's why you've got to look at your illusionary belief that you are incomplete without you know who, without a relationship. You need to look, because if you don't look at that belief, that false belief that you can't have love, or you can't be complete without feeling that person, if you don't look at that belief, then you're going to be projecting onto that person your own incompleteness. And when you want them to complete you and then you realize that you're still incomplete, you're going to attack them,
Yeah.
and you're going to now be hating the one you said you loved. And so now you're going to perceive love as something that's hateful, you know and it's this attempt to mix and blend love and hate that makes the experience of love, real love, meaningless to you. You're not going to know what real love is if you think love is something that can betray you and deceive you. You thought it was going to make you happy, but it didn't. If you think love is something that can abandon you, then you are going to interpret love fearfully and hatefully. And now you're going to think love is hateful and love is fearful, and then, which really means you're not going to love. True love will be meaningless to you.
When you get into a relationship, even if it's with your job, and the initial relationship was, I'm getting this job because if it outside of me is going to give me security. And at first, you got this bigger paycheck than you got at the last job. And at first, it has all the appearances. That's what the illusion does. That's why it's a magic trick. That's why it's deceiving. That's why the lie is a deception. Is at first it has all the appearances of bringing you that security, that comfort that you think you're lacking.
Right.
But the belief is still hidden, it's still suppressed, that I'm lacking. And that belief, even though you got the job that you think is going to fulfill that, the belief is still there. And it will manifest. You might get promoted up to CEO, and next thing you know, because of something your company did, you're in prison. Whatever. But it will manifest, not because you're evil or bad or undeserving, but because of a belief that I'm lacking. And that belief will keep manifesting until it's broken. It's the belief that we have to correct. That's the error that we have to fix.
Yeah.
It's the renewing of our mind that has to be done, transforming of our thoughts, of our beliefs, of our understanding of, oh, I like this job. I think I'm going to enjoy being here, but let me remind myself of the truth, which is my comfort does not come from that job.
My happiness, my security, my joy,
And
my value.
And a lot of people say, yeah, that's right, Greg, preach it. Say, my comfort comes from God. Well, yeah, why does it come from God, though? Because God made me complete.
Yes, right.
Not because God is going to bring me what I need.
Right.
God already gave me everything I need. God made me complete. That's the belief that lines up with reality. And then when I have that belief and I'm in alignment with truth, then that job, all of a sudden, provision like you wouldn't believe comes through. And is it because I'm more special, God loves me more, or I'm more deserving than others that I got this great job, or I got this great relationship with Anna? People are always saying, I want the relationship that you and Anna have. Well, it's not because God favors us over other people and goes, I'm going to put you in a relationship that you're just going to be crazy about, that you're just going to be feeling like you've never had so much love flowing into your experience than through this relationship. Well, it started with the understanding of knowing that my love isn't coming through
Mhm,
Anna, that
mhm,
I am already loved,
mhm,
that I already have love,
mhm.
that I'm not lacking of love, that I'm not dependent on Anna. Thank God. I'm
Thank
not a
God.
slave.
Thank God.
I'm not a lowly being that
Mhm,
needs
mhm,
Anna
mhm.
to
Complete
channel
you.
love through her for me to have love. That
Yes.
would make me a victim.
And it would make you fear me and hate
Right.
me.
Because if she ever left, then oh my gosh, there
Then
goes my love.
right, exactly. So that's how we make love unreal. That's how we make love actually fearful. We say love means you will act like this, you will give this to me through your body, and that's love. And then of course that can never satisfy. Of Course in Miracles is telling us that nothing outside of us can ever satisfy us. It says that the truth is that if you actually look within, you will find the eternal changeless uh, love that you were created in and by and as.
Mm-hmm.
And that the only way you could not know this experience of love that does complete you and fulfill you is because you're looking for it where it's not, where you'll never find it. Love is something that is eternal, changeless, uncontained. And so love isn't something that can be contained in a finite thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, love is something that is eternal, changeless, infinite. It is reality. You can't get love from something that's limited, that's finite. But we're looking for love in something outside of us, in somebody outside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we think we found it, we realize, oh, that didn't complete me at all. I still hate myself. I'm still upset all the time. I still feel lacking. I still feel guilty. And then instead of going, oh, I'm not experiencing completion and abundance and love because I was looking in the wrong place for it, we then blame that person or that relationship that we had made into an idol,
Mm-hmm.
and we're worshiping it. You are the source of my love and joy,
And
and I'm not experiencing it because you have failed me.
explain to our mighty companions again what an idol is, because we were talking about that before
Yeah,
class. I
that's
think
right.
that's great.
The class that I did last Sunday at the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center was all about idols, meaning things that we worship outside of ourselves, things that we project our own completion and abundance, our own essential inherent love and value. We reject it within ourselves, and then we project it onto those people, places, and things, or those relationships outside of us. And then we idolize and try to possess those relationships outside of us, thinking, oh, that will give me the worth and the value and the power and the love and the sense of completion that I lack within myself. That's an idol.
Right. An idol uh, is when God says, "Don't thou shalt not have any uh, made idols." How do you make an idol? Well, you make an idol when you think that something outside of you is going to be that
Mhm.
which provides you your
Mhm.
peace,
Right.
that which provides you your stability,
Right.
your joy, your happiness, your love.
Mhm.
Anything outside of you that you have made
Mhm.
to fulfill that, oh, that's going to bring me peace.
Mhm.
Oh, that's going to give me joy.
Yep.
Then you just made an idol.
Yep.
And an idol is only made for one thing, to fall.
Yes.
It will not last.
And we have made our relationships into idols. Now, we call them love, but we've made them idols. We've rejected our own essential love, worth, and value. And then we projected it onto that person. And then and now we've turned, and now we worship that relationship as if it is the source of our good and our happiness and our love and our joy. Now, and because that person, place, or thing, that relationship cannot make us happy, nothing outside of us can make us happy. Now we're going to perceive that relationship as having disappointed us, as deceived us, as hurt us. And we're going to blame that relationship. And in other words, we're going to now give it hate.
Right.
And so, and that's how we've come to that false belief that love and hate are one. We all believe, well, you only hate those you love, you only hurt those you love. You know, now we have completely associated hate and love, which means now we have no idea what love really is and what it really means.
And then you leave that relationship that you made an idol that was going to bring you that love that you were lacking.
Yep.
And what's the first thing you try to do again?
Get another one.
Yeah, you go get another one.
Go find another one.
Now I'm back to lacking love again.
Yep.
I had it for 2 years.
But you know who abandoned and betrayed, deceived me.
But then so and so came into
they
our
ruined it
relationship and were home wreckers.
Yeah.
And so they home wrecked my love.
They stole my love.
Your belief that you needed love outside of yourself before you ever got into relationship number one was the home wrecker.
Right.
The belief was
your
the home
own
wrecker.
Your own self-hatred.
The belief is what manifested the home wrecker to show up into that relationship. Believe it or not, because it had to destroy it. All idols have to fall.
Right.
Everything built on sand has to crumble.
That's right.
Every straw house will be blown over.
That's right.
And only a brick house will stand, one built on a solid rock, which is the foundation of knowing that everything I need, my kingdom is within me.
That's right.
I am so happy that I don't have to have Anna to have love. Now, I am very grateful and very appreciative that the way God chose to have me have an overflow of love, an abundance of love is coming through Anna. And it continues to come through Anna. But the minute that I bring back the old belief system and go, okay, without Anna, I'm not going to have love.
So Anna needs to do da 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 da.
Yep. Then that relationship will start. It will dissolve from having.
It will be unfulfilling.
Love. Yeah,
it'll be unfulfilling.
It'll be disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, I'll blame it on her.
Then you'll blame it on me
for being disappointing.
Not realizing
that. What did we hear? We suppressed, meaning that we put it in our unconscious. I've suppressed that what I'm doing, that I'm making this relationship into an idol.
Right.
I'm making it to where she needs to fulfill something that I'm lacking, that I'm not lacking.
Right. Exactly. Well said. Okay. And so in the unreal relationship, the special hate or the special love relationship, in the unreal love relationship, the symbols of hate are playing out against the symbols of love, a conflict that does not exist. So now in the unreal relationship, now we are just playing out, oh, here's a symbol of love. Like your body has got to behave like this, and your body has to say these things to me, and your body has to act like this. That's what love is. Okay. But that's just a symbol of love. You know, I think love means you do this, and this, and your body says this. Okay. That's just a symbol of love. That ain't real love. That's just a symbol of love. You say, if you behave like this, that means love. And so now in our unreal relationship, the symbols of love against the symbols of hate are playing out a conflict that doesn't even really exist. That's what's going on in the unreal relationship. I say hate means if you do this, and then I say love means when you act like this. Those are just symbols of hate and symbols of love.
Right.
Hate isn't, oh, if you don't come home tonight on time, that means you hate me. That's just a symbol of hate. That's not what hate is, you
Right.
know. And I say, if you love me, then you'll behave like this. That's not what love is. That's just what I'm symbol of love. Okay. That's what's going on in our unreal relationships. Because symbols stand for something else. And if the symbol of love is without meaning, if love is everything, then, it says so symbols stand for something else, and the symbol of love is without meaning if love is everything. So love could never be, if you act like this, that means you love me. Okay. No, love is everything.
Right.
It can't be true that love is, well, if you act like this and
Yeah.
behave like that.
Yeah.
No, love is everything.
We hear that God is changeless, which means love is changeless.
Yeah.
Because God is love.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we think love can change.
Right.
And everything outside of us is love.
Right.
We certainly don't agree with that.
Right.
But again, the reason we don't agree with it is because our belief is creating all these symbols.
Right.
There's a part in the Course that keeps coming to my mind right now, that the outside world is a reflection of the amount of truth that I've allowed in. Now, if the amount of truth that I've allowed in is, I am complete, whole, and content. I don't need, I'm not needy. I don't need anything outside of me to be happy.
I don't need no symbol of love.
I don't need
to have love.
Any symbols, any body symbols, any job symbols,
any jewelry symbols,
any cars, fancy car symbols,
right? Any behavior symbols
to feel happy, to be joyful,
to have love.
I don't have to have any of those symbols, but the outside world is a reflection of how much truth I've allowed in. Now, if I've allowed the truth, I don't need any of this stuff, then what happens? All the symbols outside of me, my marriage, my job, my car, they start aligning with that belief.
Right.
And then people go, how are you and Annis always, every time I turn around, you guys are having the luckiest stuff happen to you.
Seeming to get happier and happier.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not because
we're lucky.
We're God's chosen people, and so God blesses his own. We're just tapped into God's reality, which is we were made by God, whole and complete, not lacking, not needing, wonderfully made. It wouldn't be wonderfully made if it had a bunch of needy
lacking.
I always need in order to have happiness. I need in order to have love. I need in order to be joyful. I need in order to be abundant. I need. That's not, doesn't sound very cool at all. But God made us to where we don't need him. Because of that, then everything just flows to us. But the minute we turn the valve to I need, and now the world becomes a world of idols.
Yeah.
And now all these idols have to fulfill my love,
your scripts,
my joy,
for happiness,
my happiness,
your symbols.
And they're always making me cry because that one just failed me. I thought I was going to get my happiness over there, dang it. And then it just failed me.
Yeah.
I got that job, but then I got fired. I got that money, but then I had this medical deal and it took all my money away. And that, again, the medical deal that took it all away isn't because I have misfortune. It's because the symbols outside of myself
are unreal,
are showing me my inward belief. You still believe that you need outside of you.
Yes.
And the symbols are all showing you.
Right.
They're all being witnesses to that belief.
Exactly. And if you believe that you can be in any way, shape, or form empty within or missing anything, that demonstrates you do not understand God and you don't know the real meaning of love.
Right.
You know? Okay. So I love it. So we are seeking for love in symbols, people, places, and things,
Mhm.
relationships, but love is everything. So if you're seeking for love in a symbol, a person, place, or thing, you will never know the meaning of love. You won't experience real love, which means you won't experience the completion. You won't
Mhm.
experience yourself as complete and whole. You'll
Yep.
still be experiencing yourself, like Greg was saying, as lacking, as needing something in order to be complete and fulfilled. If you think you need a person, place, or thing outside of you to be fulfilled, you will never experience completion, even if you get all the people, places, and things, all the power, fame, money, and physical pleasure in the whole world. Still not going to feel fulfilled. You'll still be like, oh, I feel like I'm missing, still missing something.
Mhm.
And that's how it happens, where people have all the power, fame, money, physical pleasure in the world, but they're still not fulfilled. They're still yearning. They still feel self hatred within themselves. They still feel a sense of lack within themselves. That's how
Mhm.
that happens,
Mhm.
because you can't experience true completion and fulfillment from, symbols of love and joy outside yourself.
Mhm.
Okay. That's why you can only experience real completion from knowing the truth about yourself. Only knowledge of the truth about yourself as love and only love can you experience true completion and abundance and fulfillment. Okay. All right. Hi, Jean. Lovely to see you,
Hey,
honey.
Jean.
All righty. Okay. We know we're going. We know we didn't go live last night, so we're doing our class on an off time. So it says, you will go through this last undoing. We're in paragraph 2, sentence 3. You will go through this last undoing around the illusions of love quite unharmed. You will go through this last undoing quite unharmed. And why does the author of the course have to tell us that we're going to go through this last undoing quite unharmed? Well, because when we have experienced being disillusioned by love, it was always a crisis. When you're going through an experience, you're like, I'm so disillusioned with love. Okay, it's always traumatic, right?
Yeah.
When you go through an undoing where you had been deceived, where you had been deluded, where you had had an illusion of love, and then you realize, oh my God, I'm so disillusioned. That wasn't really love at all, right? Most people are experiencing trauma,
Mhm.
so to realize I've been deceived by what I thought was love and by what I thought was love, but I realized that was a deception. You always feel traumatized. It's always traumatic.
Mhm.
Nobody is like, oh wow, that was an illusion of love. I'm so glad I'm not deceived by that anymore. Nobody's ever like, yay, I'm not suffering from the delusion of love anymore. Everybody experiences it as traumatized when they realize, oh, what I thought was real isn't. And so he's telling us, as you go through this disillusioning of yourself about love, that it's going to feel traumatizing. But he's telling us you're going to go through it unharmed. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of this process where you see that what you thought was love is not love.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid of that, even though it's going to feel traumatizing. You're going to go through it unharmed, to realize, okay, that was a deception. I deceived myself. That wasn't real love. Okay, but I'm still not endangered, even though my idols fell and I deceived myself. I was wrong. I'm still safe. Just because I was deceived doesn't mean I'm endangered. So you will go through this last undoing of your illusions of love quite unharmed. So don't be afraid to look on your illusions of love, and to realize that it was just an illusion, that wasn't love. Okay. You will go through this last undoing quite unharmed, and you will emerge as yourself. So after you allow yourself to become uh, unillusioned, as you allow yourself to see the truth, you're going to at last emerge as who and what you really are, which is the love that you thought that you had to get, and the love you thought you had found outside yourself. You're going to emerge as yourself. Oh, I am the love I was seeking. I am the love. I am the worth and the value that I was seeking outside myself. You will at last emerge as yourself, the love. Okay. Now, this period of disillusionment, okay, about what love is, this is the last step in the readiness for God, right? That so once you're like, "Oh, I've totally deceived myself about what love is and where it comes from. I thought it was out there and I had to get it, only to realize actually I am the love. That I don't have to seek for it. I am it." That is the last step in your readiness for God. Isn't that deep?
And note that it says readiness not for Greg,
Right.
readiness not for Anna.
Mhm,
I just
mhm,
left Anna
mhm.
needing to be my crutch for my
Yes.
joy, happiness, peace,
Yes.
love, and
Your
but
substitute for God.
yeah, my substitute.
Mhm,
I
for
finally
God.
just let my idol down.
Yes.
Uh,
Mhm,
Not that I had to tell my idol, I'm leaving you. I don't
mhm.
need you anymore.
Exactly.
Uh, all I need to do is come to this awareness
Mhm,
that, oh, I don't need anything
mhm.
outside of
Right.
myself.
I had been deceiving myself.
Now, it doesn't say, and at that point, you'll know what to do.
Mhm.
It says you're ready for God,
Yeah.
and God's going to do it.
Mhm,
God's the one that made you complete and whole. We're the
mhm.
ones that abandon our own our own being, who we
Mhm,
are,
mhm.
and became somebody we're not.
Yeah.
Hey God, thanks for making me to where I don't need anything outside of myself,
Mhm. Thank
where I
you.
have
Thank
everything,
you for making me complete,
where I
God.
am everything.
Yeah.
We don't even know what that means to say I am everything.
Yes.
But for us to just come to the place of the awareness of where the problem was.
Mhm.
Now we're ready for God.
Right.
That's the
That's right.
last step in
Mhm.
the first step.
Yes.
The first step is God. God
Yes.
is, but we can't even be ready for God as long as we're still using our job as our crutch. I
Mhm.
need that job or
Mhm.
I won't be safe, content, and secure. I
Mhm.
need that relationship with Anna or I won't have love.
Mhm.
When I finally come to the place of exhaustion of the
Mhm.
old paradigm that I was living in and go, okay, God, it's what Anna and I did before our relationship became a
Mhm.
relationship. We independently said, okay, God, it's just you. In other
Mhm.
words, what we're really saying is, I'm not going to rely on anything outside of
Yeah,
myself.
I'm going to seek for love from within myself and my relationship with you, God.
That's all
So
I'm going to do.
we both of us had made that decision that we weren't going to be seeking for God or love outside of ourselves anymore. We were only going to be seeking for God within ourselves right before we got together, right before we were like, oh, so, we had stopped worshiping our illusions of love. We had abandoned our illusions of finding love outside of ourselves.
Hmm.
You know, we had abandoned our illusions of finding God and love outside of ourselves. We had abandoned the illusions of love, both of us individually.
Hmm.
And then next thing you know, here we are, falling in love with somebody who had all who had abandoned their illusions of love, of finding love outside themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. So it's telling us you will go through this last undoing of your illusions of love, and you'll go through this last undoing quite unharmed, and you will emerge as yourself, somebody who is the love and doesn't need to seek for love outside themselves. And this is the last step in your readiness for God. Don't be unwilling now, because you are too near, and you will cross the bridge in perfect safety. You will be translated quietly from war to peace, from disappointment and disillusionment and grievances into peace. The illusion of love will never satisfy you. Okay. If the illusion of love could satisfy you right now, you'd be feeling complete and joyous and abundant from within yourself now. If the illusion of love, if the form of love, if the idols and symbols of love could satisfy you, you'd be satisfied right now. So the illusion of love, the symbols and form of love will never satisfy you. But love's reality, which awaits you on the other side of this bridge of disillusionment and disappointment, will give you everything. So we're on the bridge from disillusionment and disappointment and anger, the love failed me, love hurt me, love abandoned me, love deceived me. And then now we're crossing the bridge from the disappointment and disillusionment into the reality of love. So on this side of the bridge, I was seeking for the illusion of love, hoping and wishing it would satisfy me, but it never did, because I was looking for love in a symbol. I was looking for love in something that love is not, right? I was looking for love in a person, place, or thing, but love is reality. And so on this side of the bridge is I'm seeking for love and illusions, and I'm always disappointed. I'm always hurt and angry and upset. And then we're going to cross the bridge, which is the disillusionment phase, where you get disillusioned, where you learn the true nature of love. And on the other side is the reality of love, which is what you are, and it will, and it's totally satisfying, totally satisfying. Okay. In other words, you'll feel like I have everything. The love that I am, that is everything, has given me everything. I feel like I have everything because I know that I am everything. Love is everything, and I'm love, which means I am everything, which means I have everything. I don't need to seek outside of myself for anything to be fulfilled, to experience love and joy. Okay.
All right.
So, paragraph 3. The unreal relationship,
The seeking outside of yourself relationship.
that's right, the seeking for love and value and worth outside of myself relationship, is an attempt to limit the destructive effects of my self-hate by finding a haven in the storm of guilt. Okay? That's what the unreal relationship is. The seeking for love outside myself relationship is me trying to mitigate the effects of my own self-hatred and find a haven in the storm of guilt around me. Wow. It's like, I hate myself. I feel incomplete. But if I could just find that special relationship, then somehow I won't experience all the effects of my own self hatred.
Mm-hmm.
They will give me the love I lack, and I won't experience my self hatred. Like, they'll make up for my self hatred. Like, their love for me will make me somehow lovable even though I hate myself. Okay. The unreal relationship, the seeking outside myself for validity, worth, value relationship, it doesn't make any attempt to rise above the self hatred and guilt into the sunlight of love is what I am. On the contrary, the unreal relationship, the special relationship, emphasizes guilt outside of our haven, outside of our relationship, by the attempt to build barricades against the self-hatred and keep within them. And so the special love relationship is not perceived as value in itself. The unreal relationship is perceived only as a value because it's a place of safety from which my self-hatred is split off and kept apart. Wow. Okay, so the unreal relationship, it's not value in itself, except as it protects me from the destructive effects of my own self hatred. So only to the extent to which the relationship hides from me and protects me from my own self hatred, helps me to hide my own self hatred, and helps to mitigate the destructive effects of having self hatred in myself. That's its only value. Help me hide my own self-hatred and also mitigate the destructive effects of my self-hatred coming to me from the outside world. So as long only as my partner can protect me from all that, that's the only value that relationship has. Wow. As a special relationship. Now, into this special relationship, that's supposed to, enable me to keep my self hatred, but like make it okay somehow, protect me from it. Into this relationship, hatred can enter. And indeed, hatred is welcome in some aspects of the special relationship, but the special unreal relationship is still held together by the illusion of love. Now, if this illusion of love goes, then the relationship is broken, we break up, or the relationship becomes unsatisfying on the grounds of disillusionment. Okay. So the special relationship is just supposed to enable me to hide my own self-hatred better from me and make it okay, somehow make up for all the destructive effects of my self-hatred. But sometimes hatred does enter the relationship. In other words, we can't hide it. It's like it's a breakthrough hatred. Like the relationship is supposed to help us hide our self-hatred from each other, right? From ourselves and each other. But sometimes that hatred, it breaks through, okay? Like sometimes you take medicine to hide a virus, but then even though you're taking the medicine, the virus breaks through. Same thing with the hate in the relationship. And so sometimes it enters the relationship or breaks through our denial, our defenses, and sometimes hate is actually welcome in our relationship, right? Like for instance, if you do something that I don't like, then now my hatred is good. Now my hatred is protective, right? So, but it's even though hatred broke through our defenses and in our denial in our relationship, if we still if our relationship still holds the illusion of love, if we still think, oh, okay, well, even though our hatred for ourselves and each other was revealed, but we still love each other, then the relationship is still held together by the illusion of love. But if the illusion of love goes, then now the relationship is broken or it's just become unsatisfying. Okay. Beautiful. Now, so if we are still trying to balance hatred, it's like saying in the special relationship, it's like I want to keep our hatred, but I want to call it love. That's a special relationship. I want there to be hatred. I don't want to let the hate go because I need that hatred. Okay. And I haven't learned it's false, but I want to call it love. That's a special relationship. So we got a lot of hatred going on, but we still call it love. That's a special relationship. Okay. But the truth is, in paragraph 4, that love is not an illusion. Love is a fact. So love isn't something that you can be disillusioned by. Love is a fact. Where disillusionment of love was possible, guess what? There was not love. Because love is not an illusion. Love is a fact. So where there's disillusionment, there wasn't love, but hate. Isn't that interesting? Because hate is an illusion, which means what can change was never love. So if the so-called love could change to hate, then it never was love. It was hate. So that's why he says, don't be afraid to look at this. This is this is the undoing that we're going through that enables us to understand what love really means. Because if you think that love can turn to hate, then you weren't experiencing love. Have you ever had a quote love that you thought was love, but it then turned to hate? Yeah, all my past relationships. All those past relationships that you have hate for, okay? All of them, didn't they all start off as quote love, right? And we don't, but he's saying, so love doesn't ever turn to hate. Love can't turn to hate. Whatever it was that turned to hate was never love. It was hate in the form, being disguised, being called love. Wow. So could we say that for the most part, none of us have experienced real love? Yes, we could say that, because most of what we have experienced as love, we've also experienced as turning to hate. Wow. So when that happens, what we want to say is, oh, okay, well, that wasn't real love. That was my hate that I was calling love. And I don't need to be afraid of that or feel bad about that. I just need to go, okay, God, what is real love? Where do I find real love? What is real love? How do I truly love in this moment? What is the reality of love here that I have been missing because I had defined love, you know, wrongly? Okay. But notice it was saying this process is typically traumatic, where, because nobody wants to go, oh, I wasn't really loving them. I was actually hating them. Oh, what we had between us wasn't really love. It was actually hate. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody feels traumatized by that. Right. So that's why he says, don't be afraid to do this. Don't be afraid. You're going to go through this disillusionment of what you thought was love. You're going to come through it quite unharmed. He keeps telling us, don't be afraid. It's not harmful. It's not dangerous to realize that you were you were deceived in what you thought love was. You know, the love you thought you were given, that was really hate. The love you thought they were giving you, that was really hate. But it's okay. Doesn't mean you're endangered. Don't be afraid. It's okay. You're going to come through this quite unharmed, and you're going to learn what love really is, and you're going to experience real love and the fulfillment and the completion that comes with it. You're going to experience real love. Okay. So, for hate is an illusion, which means what can change was never love. It is certain that those who select certain ones as partners in any aspect of living and use them for any purpose which they would not share with others is trying to live with guilt and hate rather than die of it. This is the choice they see, and love to them is only an escape from death. They seek love desperately, but they're not seeking for love in the peace in which love would gladly come quietly to them. And when they find that the fear of death is still upon them, the so called love relationship loses the illusion that it is what it's not. For when the barricades against the, the, the illusion are broken, fear rushes in and hatred triumphs.
There's a scripture that talks about that in the last days, and Anna and I always joke around. Last days sounds so terrifying, right? Like
Yes.
lightning, judgment. In the last days, that people will go to and fro seeking knowledge, but never coming to the understanding of truth.
Or seeking love.
And that scripture comes to my mind right now because the last days are the days before the undoing.
Yeah.
Before
right.
you cross the bridge.
That's right. That's right.
And in the last days before you cross the bridge, you'll be seeking for knowledge outside of yourself. That's why it says they'll be going to and fro. That's to and fro.
Seeking
is outside of yourself.
Yes, that's right. That's
Seeking.
right.
Not ever realizing or knowing that they had all the knowledge already within themselves. And that's why it says they will never come to the understanding of what? Truth. And what's the truth? I didn't have to go outside of myself to seek to and fro for all knowledge. I already had it in me. It's just like Anna and I didn't just leave Denver to go play poker somewhere else and then come back and play poker here. And one here, I never needed to leave. We left Denver to go start a spiritual retreat center in Mexico, paying, $6,300 a month to have a retreat center and all this. And long story short is we came back and everything we needed was here within.
That's right.
It was here at home in Denver.
Yes, the whole time.
We don't have to pay $6,300 for a spiritual retreat center. We have one that's paid off free and clear that we don't own. We just get to use it, and we don't have the responsibilities of ownership.
Right.
We don't have to hire 8 gardeners to come in and garden, and
who don't speak English,
and pool keepers to fix the pools that are constantly having filter problems. We don't have any of that. But because we thought we needed to get something outside of ourselves, that's where the problem was. It wasn't that God didn't want us in Mexico, or God didn't want us to have a spiritual retreat center. God didn't want us to have to be a slave, to have to have something outside of ourselves.
Right.
Once we let go of all that, and then now we're at the last stage where, okay, I don't need something outside of myself to have a spiritual fulfillment of this need, because I don't have any need.
Right.
Then it was all given to us on a silver platter.
Here it was.
And we didn't even notice it was happening. Anna's called up one day, hey, would you be the president of our spiritual retreat center? Oh, well, you don't have to pay nothing. You don't have to do a whole lot. Just and there's no bills. That we own it free and clear. And what? And again, it wasn't that God was angry or mad or jealous and going, why are you trying to get a spiritual retreat center? No, reality was saying, not God, reality was saying, why are you trying to get something outside of yourself to feel complete, to feel content? Once you give it up, then the symbols, that's all the spiritual retreat center was and is a symbol. It starts showing up in your field of experience.
That's right.
In the world of form. And all of a sudden now it's just given to you.
Right.
And now it's just flowing that way through you,
Right.
because you've given up the old belief of I have something outside of me that I'm dependent on.
Right.
God made me a slave. God made me subject to everything outside of me.
Yeah.
When Christ said, "All heaven and all power in heaven and earth has been given unto me," in part what he was saying was, all power has been given unto me in heaven and earth is I don't need anything outside of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I received all power.
Right. Exactly.
The minute that I slipped back in the old paradigm and thought, okay, I need this to happen outside of me
in order to be happy or
in order
loved,
for me to be
experience
happy,
love.
then that's when all hell breaks loose in our experience. And
Yeah,
our
that's
joy,
when you experience lack.
yeah, our joy is taken away, our peace is gone. You know the story.
Yeah. That's right. All right, guys. Well, we've gone over a little bit, and maybe next week we'll finish this.
I was thinking the same
yeah.
thing because this
Let's
is such a good section.
yeah, this is
We're
this
in
is the
paragraph.
ultimate relationship section. This is the ultimate section of how our old relationships based on lack and need and perpetual chronic unfulfillment get transformed into a holy relationship where both people have looked within and seen no lack, and then come together to experience the heaven of no lack, that and then the universe uses them to teach that to the world. So this is the section that really talks about how your relationship crosses the bridge from the unfulfilled relationship full of hatred and disappointment and betrayal, and crosses the bridge into a holy relationship that serves the healing of the whole world through it. So let's let this be part one, and we'll do part two starting at paragraph 5 in this section.
And just a real quick one or two examples of how can I apply this in my week here. Like in my relationship with Anna, if I know that my security, to feel safe, my happiness, that my love isn't that she's not like the foreman of that happening. She's not the one.
I'm not the source.
She's not the source of that happening. Then, in application purpose, when we're in relationship and she does something that I'm thinking that doesn't make me happy, I need to have her change what she's doing. And if you were listening to the lesson today and remembering it, and then you're trying to cross the bridge so that God can undo your old belief pattern,
and so that you can emerge finally as yourself,
then all you do is quickly remember, oh yeah, I'm trying to live the old
relationship,
the old Greg, the Greg that I buried, that I said I want to renew myself. I'm trying to revive him because he believes that his happiness comes outside of himself. So naturally he would want Anna to change or do something different because he thinks his happiness is coming from there. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but the next time this week is first opportunity. It won't be long from turning off this broadcast.
No, it won't.
It will happen really quickly, really soon. And the first time this happens, just remind ourselves, oh yeah, my happiness doesn't come outside of myself. And either just say, Holy Spirit, how would you have me respond to this? Or do nothing. As the Course says, I need do nothing.
Go within.
And in my doing nothing, and this is, I wish I could express it better, but I only know it by the experience of what I'm experiencing in my relationship with Anna. my relationship with Anna is so wonderful. It is so beautiful. It is so, I can't wait to be with her. I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to be in her arms. But it's been through
Mhm.
uh, a war, really,
Mhm.
of so many times of her doing something and the old Greg wanting to change her because
Mhm.
he wanted his happiness. He insisted on his happiness to
Mhm.
come from without himself,
Mhm.
outside of himself.
Mhm.
And the new Greg, like Happy Gilmore, stops from throwing the golf club across the air and
Mhm.
cussing and screaming and wanting things to be the way he wants them to be,
Mhm.
and goes, no, and just reminds himself, my
Mhm.
happiness isn't dependent on how she is behaving and
Mhm.
acting and whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
And just merely by doing nothing and going, okay, I'm not going to
Mhm.
make her do what I wanted to make her
Mhm.
do
Yep.
to make me feel at peace, or
Yep.
to make me feel loved, or to make me feel joy, or to make me feel happy, or to make me feel safe, or to make me feel secure, because all
Mhm.
those things then are going to be coming outside of me if I do that.
Mhm.
I'm just going to do nothing. And then just trust I'm on the bridge.
You're on the bridge. Keep
And what
on
does it
going
say? You're at the last step for
before you.
God,
Yeah, in your readiness for God.
for your readiness for God.
Yes.
And now God's going to take over.
Mhm.
And I don't know
Mhm.
how that story is going to manifest in your week experience, but
Mhm.
I will tell you from experience, again and again, experience,
That's right.
that happiness will come
Mm.
quickly.
Fulfillment where you feel
Yeah.
complete.
And it may not come at all in the way that you were even looking for it to come through this person. It might come through somebody else, something else,
Mhm.
somewhere else.
Mhm.
But because you let go of the old paradigm of belief control, the ego wants to control happiness and thinks it can barter with it outside of itself.
Mhm.
But the truth knows I don't need to barter outside of myself. I don't need to have $1 in my wallet to buy any happiness. I already got it.
That's right.
And then watch what happens. And then as you do this more and more and more, you'll just start realizing, man, I just have a happy,
I
fulfilling,
love my
I
life.
love my life.
I feel so good.
Anna and I say that we text it to each other, we say it to each other, and we do. We're
We
like
scream it
little,
out while we're
I
hiking.
feel like
I love my
we do.
life.
And I tell you what, and it wasn't, I say this a million times, the 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 woman I was in relationship before Anna and I, it wasn't her.
Mhm.
It wasn't me.
Right.
It was neither one of us
Right.
knew how it worked.
That's right.
That's why that relationship
Didn't know where
wasn't
the happiness came
fulfilling.
from.
We were both dummies.
Mm.
We were both equal dummies.
Mhm.
Because if I had known these spiritual truths that I know now,
Mhm.
and I didn't put those demands on her, and if
Mhm.
she knew them and didn't
Right.
put them on me,
Yep.
we would be self-fulfilled.
Mhm.
Wouldn't it be so wonderful? Isn't it? Wouldn't, I'm not going to say wouldn't it be, but I'll just say to Anna, isn't it wonderful to be in a relationship where the partner is not putting all the demands of that we had in
Happiness.
those old relationships?
Right.
And I don't feel them from Anna because she knows that Greg isn't,
Her source.
her source, and
Mhm.
she doesn't feel it from me. And it gave life and freedom to our relationship.
Totally. And totally like the Course in Miracles defines the holy relationship as the happy relationship where both people have looked within and seen no lack, and then they come together to express their wholeness,
Right,
that they already had, and they come together to celebrate the fact of their wholeness,
right,
and then they dedicate their relationship to the extending of that teaching, that reminder to humanity, That's one of the many definitions of Course in Miracles gives of a holy, which means a healed, which means a happy relationship. A relationship where you're in a relationship and both people actually feel complete. They actually feel fulfilled, right? And not because the other person is fulfilling them, but because they have both accepted the true source of their own completion and happiness within themselves. And now they just come together to celebrate and help other people to discover that as well.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right, you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing this in whatever way you do. Thanks for supporting this ministry. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yep.
Next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
The evening.
Yeah. Every Wednesday, unless we're traveling or something comes up, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time on my Facebook and YouTube channels. Love you guys. Thank you.